Let's start with this term called neuroplasticity. What is neuroplasticity?
In very basic fundamental terms, neuroplasticity is the ability of your brain to adapt to almost anything that is imposed on it, whether it is an environmental stressor or whether it is a practice induced, repetition induced change. And for it to be able to not just adapt, that adaptation means it'll rewire. And that rewiring is what we tend to refer to as neuroplasticity.
Unpack that a little bit more. The brain is filled with 86 billion neurons. What's this wiring, rewiring stuff that you're talking about?
Each one of these neurons by itself is a functional structural unit. But when you start connecting them and they start talking with each other, that's when the magic happens. So, how those connections talk to each other, how they strengthen or weaken over the period of time, that wiring, that connectional wiring, is what we refer to as neuroplasticity. The physical brain develops until the age of around 25, and by the time we get to around 60, 65, there's a sharp decline in the structural components, and that's how the body is programmed. However, when it comes to lifespan, more than just the structure is the experience. An experienced driver in their 40s is typically a better driver than a young driver in their 16 to 20 years of age. However, as we start to age and the scenarios continue to change, the brain has to adapt to said scenario and keep up with it. And the brain does keep up with it. That's the beauty of it, is that the brain continues to adapt to those environmental stressors. The aging brain, for example, for the longest time, we thought was not plastic enough to learn new tasks, but that's not the case.
Got it. That's fantastic. Okay, you study how cognition influences the quality of movement. How does neuroplasticity play a role in that work?
So let's take a step back and talk about how cognition affects movement in the first place. At a very basic level, if fear and stress can affect the quality of the movement, an extreme stressor affects the quality of movement. So you then take that and bring that into the realm of typical healthy development or aging or into neural diseases. As a physical therapist, I was introduced to Parkinson's disease and the neural dysfunction associated with Parkinson's disease. The family of diseases is known as movement disorders. So, the objective of the work we do with our Parkinson's patients is to ensure that they can be as independent with their lifestyle as possible within the limits of their diseases. But we can help them more when we understand the mechanisms underlying that dysfunction in their movement.
You actually leverage virtual reality to rewire the brain. How does that work?
Great question. I'm going to break this down into therapies that came before and what we now add on to it to superimpose with our work that we do. So, therapies that came before in physical therapy and rehab medicine, for example, in terms of enhancing the quality of movement in a Parkinson's patient for walking and just negotiating their environment involved teaching them how to walk, involved teaching them looking at a mirror and gait training. We call it gait training. Essentially, it's training how to walk. And we also accompany that with movement and strength and mobilizations, for example, and we do specific therapies for that. When we then take virtual reality and put that, superimpose that on top of their gait training that they are doing, now what I can do is I can simulate the exact scenario in which the dysfunction occurs. So, a Parkinson's patient, for example, has problems when you stress them out on an intersection when they have to cross the street. And at that time, the clock is running backwards from 30 seconds. They've got 20 yards to cross the street. And now, even though with all the walking training we gave them, they were able to walk properly, they get stuck at the intersection. And now somebody's honking at them. Now we've introduced a stressor that somebody could actually come and hit them at the intersection. So what we do is we take now exactly the same gait training, superimpose the stressor of somebody honking at you when you're wearing that headset, and walk the 20 yards across the laboratory, in this case, safely, to then mitigate that extra stressor. That's how we use and leverage virtual reality in one way.
You've said virtual reality is a game changer in science.
Mhm.
So, what other applications do you see for virtual reality in science and technology?
Several. So I am not only a scientist, but as a professor, I'm also a teacher. We started using virtual and augmented reality, even mixed reality for that matter, in our classrooms as an example of learning more effectively and how the information was presented. Take the same and take it into a different arena of neural disease, depression, for example, or PTSD. If you can identify the trigger to the stressor for the PTSD patient, for example, what caused that stress, then you can take them away from that stressor in a virtual environment, which their real environment might not be offering them, and use that as a mode of therapy. Similarly, there are ways to make a clinician more empathetic. You can take a clinician and put them into the seat of a wheelchair bound patient who cannot move in virtual reality. You can flip the narrative as well. You can take a wheelchair bound patient, put them in a virtual reality headset, and take them to the top of Mount Everest. The opportunities and the applications are unlimited. We are only limited by our imagination.